LoadDown Podcast. This is the LoadDown Podcast.
Hello and welcome to episode 12 of the LoadDown Podcast. We are having a bit of a Christmas special tonight. It's a first time welcoming our friend Rosie to the group. You'll recognise Kate from last time from our live reactions special from the download announcement. And well, we'll say hello to Rosie.
Hello.
Hello. So Rosie has been going to download with us since the very first time me, Johnny and Kate went to download and beyond that. So your first one?
2010.
2010.
Yeah, 2010 was the first one.
The AC/DC. Yeah. How was that?
Amazing. Who was it? It was AC/DC. It was
System?
System. And I can't remember who
No,
else.
it wasn't. System's 2011, wasn't it? It was Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah. You were there, and
Oh, he
you
knows.
were better than me.
He knows.
This
course he
just shows
knows.
how
Yeah,
bad my memory is. It was AC/DC, it was Rage and
Aerosmith.
yes.
When it absolutely pissed it down on
Yeah,
Sunday.
so we didn't see it. We didn't see Aerosmith because we went back to our tent to like dry off because it absolutely hoofed it down during Billy Idol. Got there and someone had fallen into our tent and just ripped the tent like front to back, so everything was flooded. So we walked back to the car with all our stuff. Got there and we're like, how bad do we want to watch Aerosmith right now?
I just want to get dry and
That's it.
go to sleep.
That's like thinking about the weather this year, and we did 2016, and
Yeah.
me, Rosie, Kate, and my dad. They were terrible years. I don't think anything's been as bad as when we went to Preston to watch.
Oh, I have never, ever felt like I may as well just been swimming. I was like, everything was, every step, I could just feel the water under my feet.
I was head to toe in waterproofs. It had got through every waterproof layer I had, and we were stood eating like a chicken burger thing after watching Sister Sledge. My hands are absolutely shaking.
Did I miss out the conversation? What?
When we went to Preston?
Oh,
Yeah, sorry.
This is download.
No,
Fucking hell, it's like,
sorry.
What
Me
a
and
bucket.
Kate are just off on a
Yeah,
tangent.
It's like,
Yeah,
what?
Copping took a real left turn.
I was saying,
wasn't he?
yeah, Sister Sledge. What year was that?
Well, that's it. Busted this year.
Busted in the
McFly,
tent,
then it'll be
then
Sister
Sister
Sledge. So yeah, we went to Radio 2 in the park
Oh,
in
yeah,
Preston.
this year. Yeah,
and
okay.
it was absolutely apocalyptic. I've never seen rain like it, and it was quite nice as we walked in. We went parked the car, had a cup of tea in this like bowling club, and came out, and you couldn't
It's
see your hand in front of your face. It was that wet. So I've never done that at download. I've never had a day where I've thought I can't bear this anymore. But apparently 2010 was like that, was it?
Yeah, so it was bone dry. I think the problem with it was absolutely fine, like all weekend. And I remember it so clearly. We were sat watching Billy Idol, and we looked over towards like where RIP is now. Like looked over,
yeah.
and I'm not joking. It was a wall of black. So on the left hand side, it was clear blue sky. And on the right-hand side coming towards us was just a wall of black. And as soon as it got over, it was torrential. But I think because the ground was so dry, it just immediately flooded.
Yeah.
So you were just wading through it all, and it didn't let up at all. I mean, even driving back, we couldn't drive back. We had to pull
So was
over
that
and
that
stuff.
all weekend?
No, that was a Sunday.
Oh, right, but
So
the
it
rest of
was
the time,
literally about, I don't know, about 4 o'clock on the Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
So we hung around for a bit. I remember watching Steel Panther in pouring rain, going back to the tent and then being like, nah, not with a flooded tent. Like we had no choice but to go home
We say
anyway.
it all the time. You literally get like all seasons in one weekend
Yeah.
sometimes
Yeah.
at download. We've been stood there, it's like baking hot. I don't think it was like Black Star Riders.
It
Remember
was
watching them.
2013, and it was the
And
same.
it was
we
like,
looked to
I
the
was
right.
burning, and then all of a sudden
We looked to the right and we saw that cloud
Yeah.
coming
Yeah,
towards
yeah,
us from
yeah.
and the same happened when we were watching Ghost. That cloud came over from
Yeah, it
from
did.
that right hand side.
Yeah.
Luckily it didn't piss it down. But then the Monday, Tuesday, I think it was in Nottingham, it absolutely flooded because it was that mad.
The worst year weather-wise for me, I know 2016 was bad. Like that was comically bad, just the amount of rain, but it was warm.
It was warm.
Yeah.
2012, it did nothing but rain all weekend and it was freezing cold.
Yeah,
I remember watching Metallica and all I could think about was how cold I was. You know, and like your feet are freezing, like every single part of you is soaking wet and everything's damp because it's rained non-stop since you've pitched your tent.
When they say like to your bones, it literally is.
Yeah.
It's like your whole body's tense.
Yeah, 2012 was the hardest year I've been there.
I think the thing I've learned as I've got older as well, when we went to Leeds Festival, the first time we went to a festival, 2005, you just threw all your stuff on the tent floor and everything you put on's damp. Even if the weather's dry, because you just get all the condensation and stuff. Wrap everything in carrier bags, them Sheen shipping bags.
Yeah, sandwich bags.
Absolutely brilliant. And like, even if you get a little bit of a leak or anything, you've at least got some dry clothes to put on.
Yeah. But even when it's hot though, it can be freezing at night. Like I remember when it was, what was it, 23 when it was like roasting. I went and bought a hoodie for the next night because I was like really chilly.
It was really cold one of those nights though.
The first night.
The first night was really cold.
And then the second one was absolutely red hot.
Yeah,
we were like sweating.
Well, I went to Fat Frank's and bought like a massive duvet. And then went to bed all like tugged up, and I had my boxers, joggers, jumper, and I woke up at like 5-6 in the morning. I was dripping with sweat.
I woke up in like a panic because I would sweat that much.
Because the sun was just beaming down on the tent, and you just feel immediately sick as well, don't you? Think, oh no.
We were laughing because we were all sat outside drinking water, and Kate had gone in. I think you got like a hairbrush, and you were just trying to get sorted for the day.
Yeah.
And then Kate came out absolutely pouring with sweat, and I almost counted down from 10 to see how long it'd be before Dad asked you to go back and get something. And I was like 10, 9. Kate, you just went. Absolutely bit his head off.
My face is sweating.
I thought he was joking. It was that an inappropriate question because you were absolutely
comedy time.
Yeah,
so
I get
funny.
I'm proper sweaty face victim as well. So it was just like melting off me.
23 was something else though, wasn't it?
Well,
that was a different challenge.
Towards one of the last days, I thought, I'll open the bottle of rum cracking that I had, and I went to pick it up, and it nearly burned my hand. It was like bubbling.
I showed how hot it was last year though when we were sat in guests with Jessner and Jodie, and Jessner had been wearing like black layers all weekend and a bobble hat, and then suddenly he took the bobble hat off, took one layer off, and looked and went hot.
It's fucking
like, well, if the Indonesian guy's finally cottoned on, it's definitely hotter today.
That's it.
Yeah, because we were hot in 22, and he had like layers and layers, a big puffer jacket on, woolly hat.
Yeah, sat with a cup of tea.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're on the Christmas special
Christmas
this evening.
special.
For those of you listening,
yeah.
So you can't see, we've all got daft jumpers.
Well,
I've got
Kate's got a Christmas blouse on.
Kate's off after this.
blouse.
She's going to host a corporate event.
Funnily enough, I don't have a lot of Christmas-related attire, so it was black and Christmassy. So I thought, great.
It's amazing that because you have so much Christmas stuff in your house.
No, it's like
Absolute grotto.
Everything but the jumper.
You've got like that 6-foot Christmas rat.
Yeah,
She's got like this massive Christmas rat thing.
It's not 6 foot.
It's not 6 foot, but it's a good. It's over.
Literally not.
It's over 3 foot.
It's not over 3 foot, is it?
I'd say it's about 3 foot.
3 foot.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely not 6.
It's big.
Definitely not.
Not a chance.
Bob
my height.
You got Kermit, haven't you? You got your Bob Cratchit.
For now.
Yeah.
Rosie, I've had this for about 15 years, and every Christmas, Rosie's like coming around. She's like, "I'm gonna take that."
Just one day, and I just think one day it's just not going to be there.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. So we thought we'll do a bit of a Christmas special. We've rounded up. This is episode 12, so we've done a good few months of this now. It's been really good, but we thought we'll have a bit of a light-hearted one as we wrap it up, and then we'll have a little bit of a pause till the new year.
I thought I'd kick off with a bit of gift giving, actually.
Thanks, Kate.
I hope I've got the right present, actually. I rushed on the way out.
It's that Kermit the Frog thing.
I know.
I feel like Father Christmas on the snowman.
Oh, why is it so scarf?
Cool, it's a scarf.
Taken after David Bowie.
Yeah, that's it.
This will be good on the podcast. I'll just rustle it.
Oh yeah, don't make me edit all this.
Kate's also bought crisps and a lot of cellophane wrapping.
It's the Christmas ASMR special.
Look at that.
Yeah, I do feel like it's like Michael Caine at the end of the Muppets.
Should be in there.
Oh, shit. Oh, thanks, Kate.
That's
brilliant. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Fantastic.
I'll put that down there. Just rustle a bit more.
You can wear that at download next year when it's fucking freezing.
Yeah. Rocking Christmas.
That's it. If we get a shit weather, I'm going to wear my Christmas jumper in this.
You could wear it to when the darkness are on. That's what we should do.
Yeah. That's a plan now. You've got to do that.
Does look really cool.
Watch it be like 30 degrees and Mike's wearing a Christmas jumper and scarf.
Be like Jesner. Could be wearing it all.
Thanks.
Oh, very good.
That's
very
really
good.
cool. Thank you, Kate.
You're welcome.
I thought you got me a tiny version of the Christmas jumper that
I was looking at that going, and she just bought in the same one.
Rocking Chris. Yeah, it's the same pattern, and it? I was like, something for one of the kids. Like.
For the elf.
Yeah. Thanks. So I thought we'll have a bit of a review of 2024. So I always have to check the years now. We were just joking again about this before that Download 21 was in 24. So we're going to have like a little bit of a
translator or something.
Yeah. Like X minus thing. But
it's like the Marvel series nowadays.
Yeah.
Like which
so
what phase are we in?
Yeah.
We've got some cards. We've got some roundup questions. So I'll pass one over to go on, Kate. You do the first one.
More rustling.
Yeah, move it away from the mic.
Yeah. This will be one where we look at people turning on and turning off after like 2 minutes.
I've had enough of listening to this.
Enough.
Right, so Christmas card number 1.
Your writing's as bad as mine.
It's not.
It says album of the year, question mark, but look, it says Asbum.
Bum of the year.
Bum of the year.
Bum of the year.
Bum of the year.
Album
of the year.
Of the year.
Oh,
This is a weird one.
I find it weird.
Because one that was, I thought, going to be high on my list, and one that I saw won loads of awards this year is Take Me Back to Eden by Sleep Talking.
Yeah. But it's 2023.
It was 2023, and it's won loads of end of year awards in 2024. So that was my immediate go-to was Take Me Back to Eden, and I think it was released in the US this year. So we'll claim that as a bit of a discussion point.
Yeah,
and it is a phenomenal album. What have you got?
I was having a look as well today. I thought the new Blink album was this year.
Is that
it
last
wasn't.
year?
That was last year as well, but they did a part 2. So that would have been mine. But I'm going to go with the new Linkin Park album.
Mm-hmm. Brilliant album.
One, because of them getting back together. I was so pleased.
Yeah.
That they had the balls to carry on, I think, and just or not.
Or lack thereof.
Or lack of. But yeah, just to step up and do that is amazing. So, but the album is actually incredible.
To be honest, I thought it sounded more like a Blink album than the last albums they did before 2017. I thought they'd gone back to a bit more of the classic sound, a bit more angsty, a bit more aggressive, which I really liked. I don't love Mike Shinoda's singing, if I'm honest. I know he kind of like can't rap
he does more
all the time,
of it.
but he does more singing.
Yeah, but there's a good 3 or 4 massive tracks in there.
Yeah,
which so that would be mine this year. Definitely.
We've got because we've got a Maiden out in London.
Yeah.
And they're doing Wembley the same day.
Yeah.
We were kind of half hoping they might stay and do another day, but I don't think they've sold it out yet, have they?
Have they not?
No. So
right.
It's just going to. Have you booked your hotel yet? By the way,
no.
I
will get it. I don't know why I haven't. It's just one of those things that I'm just really type B. I'm just really laid back about stuff. I'm not going to be sleeping in a hotel. I'm not going to be sleeping on like a train station. I'll find a hotel.
Yeah. No, we're staying at the Travelodge out in the Docklands. So
you tell me, mate.
That's where we stayed when we were like kids. When we went to London,
Yeah.
Mike don't like change though, so just go back to the same
hotels. I know which tube station you get off of, so we're going there.
That's it. Well, that's where we went to before Rush, wasn't it? At the O2.
Oh yeah. That's right.
Yeah, it's the same spot.
Cool.
Yeah.
You're coming with us, aren't you?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, you booked my hotel for me.
Yeah. So, album of the year for you, Kate?
Do you know what? If you asked me this 10 years ago, it'd probably be the same answers that it is now. So I'm a bad person for asking this because I genuinely listen to the same music I did when I was 16. So yeah, totally pass. Like, yeah, it's just, no. I still listen to like Taking Back Sunday.
That's right. I was thinking about today, preempting what you might ask. And it was difficult because I was looking back at like my top songs on Spotify and all my liked songs. None of it's new, apart from Sleep Talking, to be honest.
A little one a thing that's made it a little bit harder for me in a way is we're used to the same repeated download headliners, and we have been for years. And that would leave a little bit more free space in your head to listen to new music. Where I spent a lot of my year getting properly into Queens of the Stone Age and Fall Out Boy.
Of which you're listening to the older.
And I'm doing the same again for next year. I'm really, deeply getting into old Korn stuff. So I'm not listening to as much new stuff, which is, in terms of what year it came out.
Yeah.
So, it's a bit of a challenge. How about you, Rosie? Rosie, for anyone, you're very eclectic, aren't you?
I am very eclectic. So I'll skip over some of the ones that maybe the listeners of this podcast and fans of Download may not like, the real serious country music that I also like to listen to. But you've said both of them already. So I was going to say, if we can take Sleep Token as a 2024 album, that's probably been my most played of the year. Phenomenal. Obsessed with that album and obsessed with them. Also love the new Linkin Park. Like, I was so happy when she got announced as a singer. Controversial, I know, but I like Dead Sarah were meant to play last year, weren't they?
Yeah.
At Download, so I really got into Dead Sarah.
Right.
They dropped out. I don't know why. They were meant to be on second, and I really got into them. So I've listened to Dead Sarah a bit, and I'm a big fan of her.
I remember this now. I remember you suggesting him to me and listening to him.
Yeah,
and
I found them.
Probably pulled out she was recording the album.
Maybe. But so I love that album.
Yeah.
But a bit of a one that you might actually like, Kate, because this is a throwback to when we're young, and they had a new album this year. Kitty.
Oh, I love Kitty.
The new Kitty album from this year is an album called Fire.
Right.
And it's really, really good. It feels a bit nostalgic because it does feel like the stuff we listened to when we were kids. But it's really good. They were on it when I was at Sonic Temple.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh God, Kitty, I haven't listened to them in years. So I kind of bit of a dive on them before I went. And they had a new album out. And I think it's called Fire. And the title track is brilliant. And there's a track on it that's called something like I Who Wear the Crown or He Who Wears the Crown or something like that. Phenomenal. If you're into Kitty,
are they playing next year?
Yeah, they are. So I'd proper as a 2024 album, Fire by Kitty is great, good. And you'd really like it as well, Kate.
Yeah. I think the way I access music as well, even bands that I absolutely love, I struggle to say this is the album that this song is off because I just mishmash playlists together and I'm not really aware of it. I'm just
we've said a bit of that. I mean, we used to be a lot better at. Even iPod generation, we were still better at actually. So that's an album I'm going to listen to today. You just jump around a bit. I think now I've got into. We've been listening to the Korn set list a lot. I think I'm now going to start diving into actual albums.
I think you touched on it. I don't know if it was last week or the week before on one of your episodes, but around the fact that Scuzz and Kerrang don't exist anymore. A lot of that would be how we would all find new music, even if it was just a band that you already knew brought out a new single and you'd be like, oh, they must have a new album out. And it was the only way to hear it was to go out and buy the album.
And it's there and it's in your face because you don't get to choose.
I think we're very much driven by singles now, aren't we? As opposed to full bodies of work, which is a shame. I think people go for the single as opposed to diving into an album we used to.
You'd get if I'm thinking of AFI, Blink, My Chemical Romance, you'd see their new single, you'd see Welcome to the Black Parade and then Famous Last Words, and you'd get an idea of what that album meant and what their kind of drive and the story. So when Blink came out with I Miss You and all that, and you're thinking, they're going a bit more gothic, a bit more The Cure, a bit more edgy, that sort of sense. So you just miss that now. You just get flashes of stuff and you don't really know. Everything just kind of. I'm going to have to get better at it.
Yeah,
definitely.
And it was so much more physical as well. On about My Chemical Romance. I remember 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge coming out and coming home from school and asking my mum for money and going over the bridge into town to Music Zone. It was Music Zone. I was going to Music Zone to be like, I need this album. It's life or death, ma'am. Give me the money for this album. It was such a big moment to go and buy
the bus at the way home and just looking at and getting things out,
pulling out the sleeve and looking at the lyrics and all the artwork and stuff, and you don't get that anymore.
It's strange to think.
Metal Hammer CDs as well on the magazine. I had one that was classed.
That's how we first got into Avenged Sevenfold.
Because
it had Unholy Confessions on the on that mix one, and you'd have Bullet, you'd have Trivium, you'd have Killswitch and bands like that, and you think, God, and you just suddenly, I don't know how. Apart from download lineups and other festival lineups and people on the forums, Reddit recommending, these are the next big thing. it's all a bit kind of random now.
TikTok, isn't it? Yeah,
Well,
TikTok.
yeah, we're not. I mean, we're dipping our toe trying to share the stuff on TikTok, aren't we? But I've got no idea what it is or what.
It's a weird place.
Welcome to the old man. That's me and Johnny and his little cardi.
You got him in my cardigan on tonight, yeah.
Listening to Korn, the dad rock of 2024.
Oh, the dad rock compilation.
That dad rock compilation absolutely floored me when that came out, when it had Blink, Wheatus,
like Stacey's mum and stuff in it.
Yeah.
But it's right though.
Yeah, no, it's right.
Yeah,
you're sat there with a 10-year-old Mike.
Yeah, I'm actually taking it and seeing them bands.
Dad rock.
Dad rock, you
Dad rock
joking?
busted as a take.
You still think in your head though that it's like
run.
Journey, don't you? You're like, it's got to be Journey.
Def
Bon
Leppard.
Jovi, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, when you start seeing these as like the granddad bands and they are. Some of I remember David Coverdale saw him in 2003. He's going, I'm a bloody granddad now. So he'll be like great granddad age.
Oh, easy, yeah.
Looking like a nana.
Yeah, like a great nana. Yeah.
For David Coverdale. That's 2 weeks on the bounce. We've taken the piss out of that photo with David Coverdale where he looks like he's got a blue rinse.
I've seen it's absolutely brilliant. So he just come out of the hairdressers, isn't he?
Yeah.
Did you say what your album was? Did you want to go with Sleep Token as well?
I think, it would have been Sleep Token, and one that I'm really getting into, and another artist that's playing next year's Poppy's new album.
Oh, okay.
It's really good.
I need to commit some time to listen to Poppy.
Very weird. But she's, I may be wrong, I think she's writing with, is it Jordan Fish? That used to be in
the guy Bring Me.
Bring Me the Horizon.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I think she's writing with him.
Oh, okay, that'd be interesting.
And she's quirky and weird, but I think there's something interesting there, and I think she's meant to be on main stage
over in America, aren't they? So I think she was on Jimmy Kimmel. I think.
Yeah, with Knocked Loose.
Yeah,
the Knocked Loose
and she'd been on her own as well. I think recently.
Yeah.
I think. So yeah.
But people were complaining, weren't they, about Knocked Loose? Like demanding an apology.
Why?
Because they put a metal band on.
Oh yeah,
even though there's always been 30 Seconds of Mars, Priest were on it.
Rammstein have been on Jimmy Kimmel before.
Mastodon,
I think maybe I don't know much about Jimmy Kimmel, but it sounds like he's a bit of a metalhead.
I wonder how much of the backlash is on purpose.
Yeah.
Like the band going, just put that in, and everyone being dead interested by it.
Controversial.
Yeah.
Well, some of the other albums then. So I've been looking at the one awards. So the Bring Me album was this year. Next Gen.
Yeah, Next Gen. That is a good album, to be fair.
Do you know, I would say Next Gen, but in my head, because we saw Next Gen tour last year, I was thinking in my head it's...
No, because wasn't that what all the weird ads and all the strange stuff was about? Was the new album coming out?
What a set list that was. What a show.
Fantastic.
Incredible.
I'm
a bit gutted we didn't get in amongst it. And
I don't know, I thought it was
an incredible stage show to watch, but
we were the amongst. We brought the atmosphere.
Well, actually, tell the story about me. I one time, but when I was in a bad mood when and you had a bit of a go at me because after Evanescence, which was the most rammed stage I've ever been at Download, it was an absolute. I was like, I just need to go back to the tent. Okay, went for fuck's sake, you're getting yourself. Come and watch, Bring Me There. Stop being a boring bastard and all this. So, you dragged me there, I must say. I went and got a beer and a can of Pepsi.
And an eye wash.
I did.
Some medical attention.
Yeah, I got medical attention. I had to get a bloody patch. And then we watched, and I was absolutely blown away by Bring Me the Horizon.
Yeah, very good.
I've got to say, I don't listen to them much at all. It's not quite my thing, but I thought as a live spectacle, I thought they were absolutely incredible.
They really benefited from the Metallica screens, didn't they?
They did.
Oh, yeah.
Those Metallica screens really helped.
I've listened to them a hell of a lot. They're in my top 5 Spotify this year.
Just been announced for Leeds as well, haven't they?
Because they have, yeah.
God, what is that lineup?
And I thought you were taking the piss last week when you said, who's going to go and watch Becky Hill then
Bring Me?
But that's the actual order.
I don't think I know who Becky Hill is.
Yeah, you will.
Oh, okay. Just one of them that has like random pop songs that you will know. I don't know who it is.
She has loads of top 10.
Okay, right. Okay. Like a Jess Glynn type.
Yes.
Yeah. Kind of, yeah.
She's all right, actually. I don't. No, she's going to be listening. I'm just offending Becky Hill.
Becky Hill.
Of course, Becky, if you are listening, we do apologise. We will become fans.
If you're just tuning in, then Becky Hill is Mike's album of the year.
Talking about Jess Glynn, this is a random, got to be a random episode because it's just the four of us having a beer and enjoying a bit of a Christmas party. How pissed off does she always look in pictures and on album covers?
Well, it's probably because her songs only ever used for Jet 2 holidays.
Yeah.
she must be getting some money from that, to be fair.
Yeah. Royalties every time it's played when it lands.
Oh, they play it when it lands.
Yeah, then everyone claps and then, fucking hell.
Is that your way of saying that you're one of the guys that clap when the plane lands?
I'm the first one.
Yeah.
I'm the first one to clap and I'm the first one to get my bag out there.
To start singing Jess Glynn songs.
Yeah, no, she does always look pretty fuming.
She's like, all right, like that one of her that I'm not a fan of
Jess Glynn. She's going to go.
But on that, I Cry When I Laugh, that was her kind of big breakthrough album, and where she's like wet on the picture.
Okay.
She's just looks absolutely fuming.
Mike knows a surprising amount about both Becky Hill and Jess Glynn.
That's it.
There we go.
Should have got me one of
when
them
you were
scars.
saying on your Spotify Wrapped, it was the kids. That's a lot of shit.
That was wrong, that though.
Yeah.
Like, and a lot of people have shared that their thing was wrong, and Rosie, you were included.
Me
in that.
included. I'm suspicious of it. So my top 5, I can't remember what they were now. Some of them were right, and I'd be like, oh yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
But there were a couple in there that I was like, really? And then I went, if you go on Google and you type in Spotify stats and you go on that, it gives you it links to your Spotify and it gives you a completely different, like a completely different count, basically.
I'm
It's
suspicious
so
of
strange.
being sponsored because yours was Taylor Swift.
Mine was Taylor Swift, and don't get me wrong, I am a Swiftie. I'm not ashamed to admit it.
Yeah.
I am a Swiftie.
Well, you've got your download hoodie on, your Wham t-shirt and your Taylor Swift bag.
Yeah, I look like I'm on day release. But yeah, I am a Swiftie. I do listen to her a fair amount, but I didn't listen to her that much this year. Like, I wasn't a big fan of her new album. I haven't listened to it much. So I was dead surprised when she was like my number one, considering all I've listened to all year is Sleep Token and Spirit Box weren't on there. The other ones I was like, all right, okay. Like, I think it was like Lainey Wilson, who's a country singer. So
Ed Sheeran.
Mine was Ed Sheeran was number one, which Emily listens to quite a bit of Ed Sheeran.
And you've booked to go and see next
we
year.
are going to see Ed
this
Sheeran
is like
next year.
the 12th episode that Mike has mentioned that he's got to see Ed Sheeran.
But we've got she listens to that, like she'll listen to 10 minutes once a week, and then second was Shaggy, or something like that. And he was like the second or third. Adam likes Mr. Bombastic, and he puts that on maybe once every fortnight. Then Creeper, who I listened to non-stop all year, especially up to download, weren't in the top 5 at all. They were number one when I did that Spotify stats. And Sleep Token and other bands. It was like I looked at it, I thought that isn't accurate. That
what do you think? There's a conspiracy that people are paying to be up there.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
would you? Like, well,
you won't shock me
if it like the record companies behind Taylor Swift and Ed Sheeran
and Shaggy,
absolutely. That was a conspiracy.
Conspiracy.
You never know. Yeah, Shaggy's maybe the one that does that. That was got a vice grip on the music industry.
So yeah, Bring Me, and I think the other two that I saw this year, which I haven't listened to, like Sum 41, that new album. I need to give that a go. It's supposed to be really good.
I know. Yeah, maybe again it's the way we listen to music, but I know 2 or 3 songs from it. That Landmines was a great song.
And also the new Judas Priest
album. I was going to mention the new Judas Priest album.
Priest always bring out great albums.
Yeah, it was a great album.
I haven't listened to it until today. Brilliant classic.
Yeah, it was a great album.
Really.
Again, I listened to it a little bit in the summer.
Yeah.
Great album.
Well, another reason it annoys me when people slate the older bands, because you get it all the time. Oh, Download needs to be booking the cool bands and all this. There's 4 stages at Download. There's room for every genre of rock possible. And it's not like some bands, Deep Purple, for example, they're shit live now. They're phoning in albums most of the time. It just sounds kind of... But you got Priest, who are still putting out classic metal.
Yeah.
It still sounds amazing.
Yeah, you wouldn't have thought it was a 2024 album.
Or a band pushing 70.
No, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, they still sound ferocious. And I think last time we saw them, they were just incredible.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Good top albums there.
And mine's Black Parade, so.
Get still stuck on Black Parade.
Kate's still listening to Iowa.
Yeah, the Slipknot 2 wasn't that much of a surprise for Kate.
No, on a gramophone.
Right then, Christmas card number 2.
I'll open this one. new find of the year. So this is I've put this for download 24 and 25. So we'll do one from each. So we might need to get the lineup up for this one. So what band this year, Johnny? We'll go with you to start with, mate. Which one was your find of the year that you hadn't seen before?
I'll be a bit of a sellout, but I think it's got to be Sleep Token. I had not listened to them at all since we started talking about them on the pod. Then we obviously had a good chat with Jordan. Then we went to see him, and I've not stopped listening since, really.
Josh.
Oh, sorry.
Jordan was gone.
Jordan's gone, sorry, mate. Yeah, I've not stopped listening since, so a band that I'll probably listen to forever now, I would have thought.
Yeah, I
It'll
think
just be
so.
something that'll be in my Spotify playlist, and maybe even more so when we see him next year. But
it makes me so happy every time someone says they like Sleep Token and that it's clicked for them.
oh yeah, it's
Like,
weird. Yeah,
We had the chat with Georgie, didn't we?
Yeah.
About it. We were saying like
that sounds like it was an intervention or something.
Yeah,
so it was like, they can't talk and can't take this anymore.
Not the birds and the bees chat.
The thing with Sleep Token I was worried about was the amount of people there that weren't fucking listening to him.
Yeah.
But I think that's
Just
everywhere
music.
you go.
Yeah.
That's everywhere you go.
Mm.
Like, every gig I've been to this year has been people stood there just gabbing.
People,
But in the midst of it as well.
Yeah.
Like, people getting kind of in the middle.
Yeah, this
And
is what
then
we were a
just
bit.
stood there talking. And I genuinely just think it's, I don't know, COVID like fried people's brains and they forgot how to exist in public spaces.
people
was
seem to
weird.
forget, and it comes across ironic as we're on a podcast. But the main character syndrome.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it is funny when you're on a podcast to say that. I mean, but we've said it openly. Our opinions don't mean shit, really. And you're not the only person that matters at a festival.
Yeah, you got to think about
I mean,
it. around you.
I said to everyone before, I went to see an Iron Maiden tribute last night, and Maiden Cumbria and Dad Sabbath, they're brilliant. They're absolutely great. But the crowd there last night, it was a free-in thing, so you just had Christmas dues, you had people that were obviously off their heads on stuff.
Yeah.
And just people were just assholes. And it was really, I mean,
Isn't it?
I'm a diehard Maiden, but I even left before the end of it because I just thought, I can't be bothered being in here anymore because the atmosphere is just shit.
back for the Ed Sheeran tribute.
So that's it, yeah. Got back in the car.
But
Shape are you on?
I've always thought, now that I've been thinking about it a lot, the amount of times we say we come away from a gig and it's like the best gig you've ever seen. We always say that, but it's all about how you feel in that moment yourself. Because if you're in a shit mood, you're not going to enjoy it.
No.
If you're thinking about something else and you're a bit stressed, you're not going to enjoy it. It's all about what your mental state is, about the people around you, and how they're bouncing off you and having a good time. So I think it's more of the event than the band, because you could have an incredible band that you love, and if no one's around you having a good time or you're a bit stressed, then it's not going to be brilliant.
That's going to be the difficulty for Sleep Token, I think, headlining. The fact that I can't imagine there's 25 of us probably going next year. I can't imagine all of us arm in arm singing a Sleep Token song.
no, they're not that kind of band, are they? They don't have those big rousing, like, crowd chanting, sing-alongs. No.
But you compare it to like when we were watching The Offspring last year and everyone's just arm in arm.
Yeah.
But it's a different thing, isn't it? It's like Tool that download last year was still incredible. It's just, you just have to be open to it being a bit different, I think.
So that's me. Mine's
That's
Sleep Token, a bit of a sellout, I know, but that's been a real big one for me this year.
So yeah, Rosie, your new find of the year. So for either next year's download or the download we've just experienced.
So mine, actually, it just reminded me one of the bands that we're on at Download this year who I'd never really listened to before, but ended up in my most played Spotify, if it's right or wrong, was The Struts.
The
Struts absolutely blew me away. So I heard I think I'd heard one song before. I have a friend who's a big fan, but I'd not really listened to them.
Yeah.
And then they played that Friday, didn't they? Like really early on, actually, on Friday on the main stage, and it was like horizontal rain. Like they were absolutely fantastic.
Just a proper front.
What a front man! What charisma he's got, and what a stage presence. His voice is just effortless.
Yeah.
And I have listened to them non-stop ever since. Like I've been non-stop ever since. I went to see them again in I think September. We ended up getting tickets. Me and Glenn went to see them in September in Leeds.
Yeah,
fantastic. So they were definitely from this year's lineup last year.
Were they the first band we saw?
No, Those Damn Crows.
Those Damn Crows,
yeah. Struts
and
were
it
very
really
good.
pissed it down for them.
It did, yeah.
And then we met Luke Spiller, didn't we? Afterwards,
we did, yeah.
And I clocked him because he was like proper peacocking money. He had the brightest, like long, like
it was like a kimono thing on him.
Oh yeah, and he was off.
He had a cowboy hat on as well, didn't he?
Hat on, big boots,
very
like
drunk,
chinos,
very drunk,
doing shots.
But he said to us, "Oh, come and watch us on the tour." And that.
But charming and really really open, happy to take pictures and stuff. He was really cool. So. Yeah, they were my find of the year for Struts.
I need to give them a good. I only know them off Sing 2. Are they on?
Are they on Sing 2?
Sing 2,
yeah, they're on Sing 2.
Halsey does. It could have been me. And it's like a
Halsey.
Who's Halsey?
Mike once again showing his knowledge of modern pop stars.
Mike's getting ready music.
My Spotify rap next, so it's going to be better. One of the big scenes is Halsey's character. She plays like a wolf. It could have been me, but it's like a big musical kind of spectacle around it.
The Struts.
Yeah,
good for the Struts.
I was singing along.
But this, I mean, that must come out 3-4 years ago.
Yeah,
the film.
Yeah, they've been around for like a while. Like I've heard people talk about them, but it's one of those bands where you go, oh yeah, okay, cool, whatever.
I played it to Emily though, the Struts version. She's like, I hate it, because he just wanted it to be the same. Like, it's that wolf off the film.
Yeah,
very good.
Yeah. How about you, Kate?
Go on, Kate.
Bad Omens. Which I was very. I mean, I completely understand. Obviously, they had to drop out because the singer he wanted a bit of a mental health break, didn't he? And you know, fair play. But yeah, I really got into them in anticipation.
Yeah.
For Download was kind of starting to worry about clashes and the way that would work out. But yeah, I really like Bad Omens, and I still hope that they might fill that slot.
I think there's a chance. I think there is. Me and
Where's the
Jordan.
gap? Where's the gap?
There's got all in rumours. The rumour is that Fallen in Reverse, as part of their European festival tour, we're going to be a sub at Download as well. Obviously, he didn't get in, which
visa
made way for a lot of racism on Facebook.
Yeah,
saying, "Oh, you should have just got in a dinghy." And all this sort of shit.
I was literally about to think, how does a guy who's got a criminal record not being allowed a visa result in racism against anyone?
Well, it's like bloody hell. Why aren't they letting this ex-con in?
Yeah,
I'm on a chat with a few of the different Facebook admins, and we got added to, and they were. I pointed out to them, like, Jesus, it's absolutely relentless the amount of people saying that sort of shit.
Do you think that's like bots and just people jumping in, or do you think it's genuine like metal fans? Because that's incredibly disappointing.
Yeah, there was some genuine metal fans,
because you like to think that the metal community isn't that, but God help us if they are.
It was all, they said if he'd got on a dinghy, he'd have had all these hotel stays paid for. It was all that. Just absolute shite rhetoric.
Yeah, just genuinely incorrect from top to bottom.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Awful.
Well, he doesn't need it because he's just an artist.
Yeah. Don't need a hotel.
Got a wrestler instead. Gets his hotels paid for.
Well, he don't need a hotel, does he? He can stay at home.
Yeah, that's it. He started.
Well, that's what he said. He put because he's an absolute twat, isn't he?
Oh yeah.
And he put a thing like, "Why is all laugh reacting to everything? I'm at home. I'm living my best life, guys," and all this sort of stuff.
Don't need a visa then, do you? Nothing to complain about.
Stay there.
I struggle with it because I really like. I love Falling in Reverse, but I do look at that page and I think,
I really listen to Falling in Reverse, I have to say.
They're really, really catchy.
They're very good.
They're very good. Yeah,
maybe I need to give them a listen. Or maybe I don't actually. If that's the fan club of Falling in Reverse, maybe I'll leave it alone.
Themselves in a good light.
I'll leave it alone.
And I get that. I get that it was shit that everyone was laughing at. A lot of people are looking forward to seeing a show because it is disappointing and it's none of their fault. But like they literally cancelled about 18 hours before the first show. He was sat at home in America. He knew he wasn't fucking playing.
Lesson learned. Maybe get your visa in order before you book a venue.
You can apparently.
Really?
You've got to actually have everything booked.
Reason to promote
to say
that's
I'm actually I'm working.
I love that you don't have the visa. Like,
of course he does. He's read the bloody
yeah.
And he must
home office.
There. Is it because I was going to say because he's like Paige is obviously British.
I don't think he's been here. No,
he's not been here.
You can't. They changed the rules, and this is another thing. They were saying it was all due to Yvette Cooper and all the Labour government and all this, but it was actually the Tories changed the rule. It used to be 10 years, and it's up to 15 years now.
Right.
If you've served over 2 years in jail.
Right, okay.
Right.
So yeah, and they were going, "Oh, it's a minor crime. He's done his time. Let him." It's like, can you imagine if that was anyone else? It's just sing a song you like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
How do we get onto that? Bad Omens.
So we might have
Omens.
Bad Omens instead.
Yeah, so I don't know why we linked Bad Omens to Falling in Reverse, but there we go.
Hopefully, good transportation.
Yeah, that
routes.
we were taught that Jordan wasn't last week on about it.
Yeah, about Bad Omens being. He said if he doesn't, if they don't come back and sub this year, he thinks they'll headline next time they come.
Ah,
I think
okay.
Andy Coffitt's probably
I
got
can
his
see
eye on
that.
him.
I can see them being the next one to be given the shot because they have blown up. Not unlike Sleep Talk, and they kind of like go arm in arm with Sleep Talk. Yeah, so they've got a big fan base. So I can see them doing that in the next couple of years.
Need to give them a go.
I listened to them quite a bit and then almost forgot about them after they cancelled.
Yeah.
Go on, Mike. Who's yours then?
I've got a few strange ones really, but I think the one this year that I got most into was probably Rory.
Oh yeah.
However, like I absolutely loved everything she did up until this latest round of releases, which I think are absolutely shit. And I hate being, because we always said we're going to be really positive on this podcast, but I don't know. It's gone from being like angsty, kind of almost Alanis Morissette kind of reflections on the past and all this sort of stuff, and then it's kind of got a bit preachy and a bit.
It's like she's trying to make the lyrics fit. I feel like, you know, when people try and make a Christmas song.
Oh yeah,
and it's a bit like.
I think it's like she's just put it in Chat GPT and it's come up with it.
Yeah, it's and I want to like it because I went to see her at Download. I skipped. Well, I thought I'd skip Baby Metal, but I didn't in the end. I actually saw the only 3 songs they did.
Yeah.
And she was fantastic. It was a really good set. Everyone was singing every word. But yeah, that Sorry I'm Late, I think shite. And that one that she's the Finding Oil.
Oh, the one when she's doing it
in front of the House of Parliament.
Yeah.
Oh God, I absolutely like.
Yeah.
You know when you just like shrivel up a little bit when you're listening to it.
Feels a bit insincere.
Yeah.
Does it, doesn't it?
It's like. Yeah, just doing it for the point of that. Whereas
she's your biggest fan, but you're
but
just
she's your biggest fan, but I'm slagging you up at the same time. But I listened to
game of hide and seek.
but I'll give the album a go when it comes out because maybe it's just done for real views or TikTok or anything, you know. Whereas there might be a bit more.
She might genuinely just want to back a cause, and it's just come off a bit corny.
It didn't make any sense either. They can find oil, but they can't find a cure for cancer. It doesn't even make sense.
No, they're 2 very different things that you're trying to do there.
Yeah.
One of them you drill down, one of them takes a bit more effort.
Yeah, it didn't. Yeah, it just didn't really make any sense to me. So, should we have a little pause?
Yeah,
and
a warm up. Well, I'm not great. Actually, I got my heated
You've got your
blanket
on.
Yeah, and we'll reconvene in a sec.
This is the LoadDown Podcast.
All right, welcome back. We'll go back to our next question. I've opened it for some reason for Rosie, but there you go.
I hope these
I'm capable
were
of doing
cheap
it.
cards, mate, because
They're not actually, but they didn't have any in the power shop.
So, question is non-download gig of the year.
Non-download gig of the year. Ooh.
I've done far less than I
I was going to say we haven't done many together either this year, have we?
what gigs have I been to this year?
Who are we?
Radio 2 in the park.
Yeah, where you all got drowned.
Where we got drowned.
Sister
Sledge.
Yeah, Sister Sledge.
Maiden wasn't this year. That was last.
That was last year.
Yeah. Have I done any other gigs? I don't think.
That's it. Welcome to the
the
uninformed
music
non-gig
experts.
goers.
No. I mean, if you asked me what gigs I went to 15 years ago.
Him 2004.
Yeah, brilliant. Absolutely.
For me, I really enjoyed Alice Cooper with Primal Scream and the Meths. I thought it was really good. And then I'm going to say it like I've been to loads and got loads to pick from. Sleep Talking was really good.
Yeah. I went to 2 nights at Lytham Festival this year.
Of course, yeah. We went to see James.
So Shania Twain. That was fantastic. Welcome to the LoadDown Podcast.
That's it, where we talk about Shania Twain, Becky Hill, and
Shaggy. And then the second night, we obviously went to see James there. That was fantastic.
That was really good.
Sleep Talking has to be up there for me, and I loved that it was so last minute.
Yeah.
We had such a good laugh.
Yeah, you can't beat. I mean, the Alice Cooper one was the same, just last minute gigs. When you think, what the fuck am I doing here? It's
the other one, which is also a bit strange. This isn't for any alternative music listeners. But I went to a 80s festival with my mum for her 60th, and it was like Level 42, Go West, Jason Donovan. What I will say, Level 42, one of the best live bands I've ever seen.
Really?
Musicianship, everything, they were insane.
Yeah.
So
is it still like the same band, Mark King?
Yeah. Best bass player you'll ever see live. But so yeah, if you're listening and you want to go and watch some 80s.
You said that was even worse for the camping chairs and picnic
fucking hell.
blankets.
Well, you can imagine the demographic it's kind of going after. Everyone was in chairs. The whole festival.
You're saying this like we don't need to sit down.
Oh,
we wouldn't matter if someone brought a chair out and was like, yeah.
I'd be buzzing.
We've said it though, haven't we? Like people go, some people got disabilities, all this, and that obviously true, and obviously people need to sit down. People don't know how to behave with chairs, though. And I don't mean everyone, but there's some people that, like, remember at Kendall Calling? So they'd made like an absolutely enormous horseshoe of chairs and put picnic blankets in the middle of it. Yeah. Then they weren't sitting on either of them. They were stood in front of that. It was like, we're just going to reserve.
That's what this festival was like. So I couldn't at one point get out. I didn't know where I was going to go. And I walked past and this guy had this massive picnic blanket and he went, better not step on that blanket. I'm thinking, you've got it in the middle of the fucking thing. Then some lass got in front of us and then she got out a pop-up tent. And that's what kept all the stuff.
The one that got me at Download last year, as in 2023, was we went into one of the tents to see Hawks. I get that it was hot and everyone wanted shade, but people had just lined this, like the circumference of the tent with chairs. So one, and it was like layers deep. So one, you couldn't get in. But I remember us just being in there and thinking, if something happened in this tent now and everyone needed to get out quickly,
it's a proper barrier, isn't it?
Cause a real problem.
It was about 4 or 5 chairs deep, all facing the other way.
Yeah.
Facing out.
To the main stage, just wanted to get shared.
They got their chairs from Fat Frank's because they would have been robust.
Oh, they'd have been, I can't slide Fat Frank.
No.
Saved our lives many a time.
Oh my God.
Those duvets.
But they did have 1 year where
them duvets.
They had 1 year of the chairs were made of pipe cleaners.
You winked it.
It was. He put it out and it just like.
To be fair to them though, they did swap them for people.
Yeah, so. No, they were a great company. Yeah. Absolutely. I think we've had years of, in the past, of kind of shitty camping shops, whereas I think Fat Frank's is by far the best.
Reasonably priced. You can pre-order, which is dead good as well.
Yeah, they're really helpful.
Looking for Fat Frank's here.
But yeah. Well, we did it on our little Christmas jingle, didn't we?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So, got a few gigs there. We're not, like say, it's less and less every year now, and I think maybe because we pay so much as well for RIP, but we kind of condense our cost into that weekend, which I'm absolutely happy to do. But
you look at any gig, like Sleep Token was cheap at 60 quid. Most of them, you're looking at an arena show is 110 quid a ticket.
Oh, one of our friends, Liam, is a massive Manowar fan, and they're playing Brixton Academy, 110 quid.
110 quid a ticket for Manowar.
That's Academy. Insane.
Academy should be like £36.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking at I've got in the in my outdoor toilet, I've got my old gig tickets, and I've got Manchester Apollo, The Offspring, this side of the 2010s, and it was like 10, 12 quid a ticket.
Yeah.
It's absolutely outrageous now. And then you add your hotels now. We went to see James, didn't we, in Leeds? Yeah. It was £19 a hotel room. That same hotel, when we went 10 years later, is 130, 140 quid. When
you then haven't actually booked properly, so.
The hotel busted. I was like, I better check that. And they've cancelled it on me.
Yeah.
Bastards.
Yeah, you've got to pay.
So, another tip from the LoadDown podcast. If you're ever booking a hotel and you definitely need it,
pay in advance.
Pay in advance because they just cancel it on you.
Yeah, it's happened to me for
Gardeners
World Live.
And then Crufts the week after. Is that what it is?
This is the heaviest heavy metal podcast going.
I've done quite a few gigs. I've just been sat here trying to think through. But mine are very. Temple. I did Sonic Temple. I did Taylor Swift. I've done a couple of country gigs. Mine's pretty
Ice Nine
eclectic.
Kills.
I forgot about that. Yeah, I did Ice Nine Kills
cool.
a couple of weeks ago as well.
Was it good?
Unbelievable, yeah. I think I love that one so much because it was so last minute.
Yeah,
and in such and it was like you saw
In
them on my own in Australia, and just was like, oh, that looks like it might be happening.
Who else
just
were
like
you with? It was
Amity Affliction. So it's the Amity Affliction,
right.
and then something about We Were Romans or something.
We Came as Romans.
So it was just driving through, saw this like poster and it said like the 19th. And I was like, is that an old poster? Do they mean this weekend? And when I looked at it, it was the venue was literally at the back of my hotel. So it took all of like 5 minutes to walk from my hotel room to the venue.
Perfect.
And it was like, I think it was like 50 quid for the ticket. So yeah, it was Amity Affliction supported by Ice Nine Kills and We Came as Romans. They were good actually. I kind of went in as they were playing. They were good. Ice Nine Kills were phenomenal.
Yeah,
phenomenal.
You should always, if you've ever attempted to, you're in a city and it just falls right, because I didn't do it right. Linkin Park were playing in, it was either Vienna or somewhere like that. I can't quite remember. And I was so tempted to get tickets, and I thought, do you know what? I'll see him. I'll see him again.
Just gotta go for it.
Yeah, I should have just done it.
But yeah, Sonic Temple was definitely up there. Probably Judas Priest at Sonic Temple was the highlight of that particular. Yeah. Just for me, it was the first time I'd ever seen them.
Yeah.
I went specifically, well, I didn't go to Ohio specifically to see Judas Priest, but they just happened to be playing when I was there at that festival, and they were why I went. And then got to see Sleep Token as well.
Yeah, brilliant.
So yeah, I've had a fair few this year.
Had a good year there.
Who headlined that day you went? Was it Pantera?
Yeah, so it was Pantera headlined on, so we did the Thursday and the Saturday at Sonic Temple. The Thursday, it was Judas Priest on headline second, or their version of second, and Disturbed headline main.
Yeah,
and then on the Saturday, it was Sleep Token and Pantera.
Cool. That's not a bad one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a great lineup, if you ask me now. Evanescence played as well. We saw Evanescence there. Stained.
Yeah,
in this moment, I'm like a big In This Moment fan as well, so I got to see them.
They don't come over here much.
They don't. I keep like waiting to see them on like a lineup. Just they have played at Download before because I've seen them there. I can't remember what year it was. Mike,
well, you saw them in third, didn't you?
Yes.
In 2013.
There we go. I knew Mike would know.
I knew I was in
I'll tell you when you went and who you went with.
But yeah, I've not seen them since, apart from it in Ohio.
They played in 2018. They did main stage.
Okay. Yeah, well, they're well overdue. They've got a new album out, so it'd be nice to see them get announced at some point.
Yeah, he's given a good listen to.
Yeah, I've listened to for a while. Yeah.
I mean, I've only got Download and Radio 2 in the park, so it's Who was on that Radio 2 in the park? That haircut.
Haircut 100.
They were great. I didn't even know who they were, and I was like, "These are great."
I knew one other track.
Knew an up and coming band. Delta Goodrich.
But
she was on that.
But you know when a band come out and they just know how to work the crowd. He had such a humour about him.
Yeah.
Justin
I was
Hayward
catching people at the end of the career there a bit though.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is start something for me.
Yeah. But yeah, Manics were there, weren't they? Manic Street Preachers.
Yeah, they were good.
Paul Heaton.
They were good, but I could not be arsed at that point. I honestly, Rammstein could have come out and drain me socks.
Oh, it's hard when you're at that point, isn't it? When the elements are against you and you're just like, it doesn't
people
matter.
Were going at 3:00 after Gabrielle, weren't they? It was that wet.
Yeah.
That's the second time this year that I've been watching Vernon Kay absolutely piss wet through. I saw him at Cartmel Races, and it is the wet that was like unbelievable. So we've had an interesting year of live music.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Including Vernon Kay twice.
Yeah, twice.
What does it say? Download festivals, music, chat, and more.
We're definitely on the mall.
We're on the mall. We're on a dot afterwards, I think, aren't we? Brill, right, what cards we got next?
Christmas cards.
Got 2 left. Slam it in me.
Let me look.
I wish I had another crisp while you were opening that.
We could have done. I'll rustle it. And you
Thinking about my crisps.
Best Download Headliner 2024.
All right, you start.
Is it literally what it is on the tin? My favourite.
Yeah, favourite out of the 3.
Gotta be Queens of the Stone Age for me.
Yeah.
Absolutely massive Queens of the Stone Age fan. also surrounded by everybody again in a real cool place.
Yeah.
Beers, friends, family, having a blast. It was great. So yeah. And they were fucking incredible. They absolutely smashed it.
Smashed something.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did,
Yeah.
Although they sounded absolutely great.
They did. It just always makes me... It got to the point where I was like, oh, he's holding this together, and there was a moment where I thought, he's going to lose it here.
Yeah, he's fucked.
He's absolutely fucked, and he's not going to be able to hang on to this very much longer.
He started doing like a dance, and then he went to get off the stage, and the camera panned away from him as though he's going to fucking stack this.
Yeah.
But yeah, he kept it together. They sounded fantastic.
Yeah, it's just got to be there in the muscle memory, that, hasn't it?
Yeah.
The way they do, he plays, it's incredible. So good. But yeah, what a live band does. Very.
He's had another trip to rehab, hasn't he?
He has,
Is that what it's been?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think they've got some more gigs booked for next year, haven't they?
Allegedly.
Yeah, no, he's just performed live again for the...
Because he's had a few health issues, hasn't he? Like, thinking like a few different things going on, so...
Yeah,
did you watch the Robin Romish Sky Art thing? Have you seen it?
Yes.
Have you not seen it?
To watch it.
It makes a lot of sense how he ended up in that situation, didn't he? Yeah.
So good. So before Queen's go on stage, they're doing shots of Robin Romish, and it's so funny.
They're all
shit.
Yeah.
But Josh is throwing it over his shoulder at the end of the...
Yeah. So yeah,
but they're pissing themselves at the British humour, aren't they?
Yeah,
just the sincerity of it, and like it must be quite refreshing.
Because if they were taking the piss out of Romish's eye, because he's obviously got a lazy and he was like, if I drink anymore, it'll go all the way back.
I can laugh at that because my eyes did.
For me, and it is one that didn't go down well with a lot of people, it was Avenged Sevenfold. I think their last album was a masterpiece, and I think their set of Download was... People were saying it wasn't a hit set. I thought they did so many greatest hits.
Yeah, I was very impressed.
And I think I said it to Jordan last week, you can't win with being a band like that. If they tried to do Nightmare over and over again or City of Evil over and over again, they'd have been absolutely slated for it. They try and do something totally out of the box, and they get slated for that as well. But I thought they were great. I thought it was...
good stage show too, and all the...
Yeah.
It's different.
It was good. They were different. I enjoyed it, and I agree, I think they did play the hits. My issue was I felt like it had a weird pacing to it.
Yeah.
That was what I kind of kept throwing me, is that I kept feeling like we'd get to a level and then it'd kind of drop off, and I'd be like, I don't know where this is going anymore. I felt like the pacing was a bit strange, and I don't know if it was the way in which they incorporated some of the newer stuff, which is very different.
Yeah, tech issues as well, didn't they?
And to be fair, the tech issues didn't help.
Which I think was the level one.
But that was my only sort of caveat with Avenged, was I felt like the pacing was a little bit off. But they did a solid job. And kudos to him for managing through a complete blackout, because that was I've never seen that before. Like, it just went, everything failed, didn't it?
Right.
For a good 5 minutes.
It was building and building, wasn't it? And then
During Nightmare,
and then
just went bang. And then they had all the screens on, and
then nothing.
I think you must have absolutely shit yourself as a band.
He saw it. Something must have happened first on stage, because I remember seeing them shadows like turn around, like looking, and the screens and everything was still on. And then it was like everything failed in succession. Well, for me, it was Fall Out Boy. So we've all got one each. So Kate can have the tiebreaker.
Tough to pick.
Yeah, I loved Fall Out Boy. I was a bit like, don't know how they're going to do. I hadn't seen them I had seen them before, but I saw them on from Under the Cork Tree tour back in the day. Right. So a really long time ago at Manchester Apollo. And I don't really know the newer stuff. So I thought the first like 3/4 of that set, because it was just all the old stuff, banger after banger, it was such a great atmosphere. Everyone's singing along, like we were all like bouncing around.
The bass that they came out with was like...
It was unbelievable.
I think that was because I was going to say Fall Out Boy for mine. I just wish they flipped the set.
I
wish because they had like that pace at the start. It was like just the momentum. It was great. I was like...
it ramped down.
We were coming back from... Second, was it Pantera?
They changed the times.
So I was with like your dad and everybody, and we were kind of walked down the back of the festival. So I missed. Well, we saw them, but very far back. The first couple of songs were doing all the way around, and
I went to the toilet. We both went to the toilet when I was meeting you by that burger van, wasn't I?
Yes.
in like between the male and female toilets, and we came out and I saw like Patrick Stump on the big screen doing that
we were like,
Waters, Buffaloes,
no.
whatever it is. And we're like, I was looking at my lanyard going, hang on, they're not meant to be on for like another half an hour. And then I got the app up and it refreshed and they moved them. I was like, that wasn't great.
Yeah, but I'm with you but I think maybe that's an us issue though, because I just haven't listened to anything since like the Phoenix. Like Fall Out Boy wise, like and that's on me. Like I just haven't listened to their newer album. So like I said, the first 2/3 where it was all the stuff of the early 2000s that we grew up listening to.
Yeah,
they still
was
finished
amazing.
With it, though,
they did. They finished with Saturday, didn't they? But there was just like a third. Yeah,
the show was insane.
100%.
That was the Bring Me equivalent.
Yeah.
And it got us hyped, didn't it? Like we had a really good night after that. Like,
we did.
Yeah.
Some people more than others.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was good. I enjoyed that night.
Yeah.
So was that the RIP night?
Yeah, we went to watch the Offspring, watch
the RIP for Glenn.
RIP for Glenn.
Yeah, Rosie had to carry her boyfriend back from the guest area, didn't you?
I did. He'll be listening to this at some point. It'll be
done, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, he was one man party, wasn't he?
Brilliant.
Yeah. He was the atmosphere, wasn't he?
I do. I have to take, as soon as it's been brought up, I have to take some responsibility for like playing him with whiskey all day and doing home measures all day. So it was, but yeah. Great night, great Saturday night. Loved it.
Rosie's really good at that. We left Rosie for pretty much one set in 2016. No, 2016.
Yeah.
And you managed to drink an entire bottle of rum, didn't you?
I did, yeah. So I've seen Deftones in body, not in spirit. don't remember a bit of it.
And then when we left you both at Sonosphere in the cider in the Strongbow tent.
I do think that is our purest moment, our finest moment. I look at it because we missed some real bands doing that.
We really did, but equally, I couldn't give a shit because it's probably one of the best days about at a festival. So at Sonosphere, they had like a proper like Strongbow promo area. It was like they had like sofas and all the rest of it.
They had a fake beer garden.
They had a stage in there as well.
So we went there for a pint.
A single pint. We ended up
getting thrown out.
We had there was face painting going on. We had every bit of
bandanas.
Like merch we could get.
Strongbow merch.
We entered a survey, which I still get emails about to this day. Every single photograph from that day we are in the background of.
Yeah, if you look at Sonosphere 2010, I'm sure there's an album on the Strongbow Facebook.
You're in everyone's photos. Every person. People try to have a nice time.
Every single one.
And you met with us afterwards. And I was like, Jesus, what the hell have you?
We missed Alice in Chains, Slayer,
The Cult.
Yeah.
Oh, you joking, did you?
Yeah.
It's me more is how we afforded it.
I don't know. 19.
It's like expensive.
Well, it wasn't 2024 expensive. I think that's
$3.80 a pint, wasn't it back then?
Yeah.
Is that accurate?
Yes.
I had half the amount of money as well that I do now, so it's probably about right.
If I could pay £3.80 something a pint now somewhere, I'd probably be in there all day again.
For a warm Strongbow.
Just for an impromptu unholy confessions. Remember when we walked back? It was probably the same day. We went and had a can at the tent, and then we walked back, and there was them two policemen walking down, and one of them started like swaying, and we're like, I think that policeman might be a bit pissed. And he tripped and pretty much rolled down the hill. And his mate went, "Whee!" to the policeman. And so we were like,
that's brilliant.
Sonosphere was so good. It was so much like,
what a good
I mean, it was still
compact,
huge. It was so compact. I mean, it was like half the size of Download without a racetrack in the middle of it, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was very good.
Do you know what I liked about it as well? And it's one of them weird things. It's that like battle between like independent companies and small businesses, and being able to get a Domino's pizza and a Pizza Express. And there's something about it.
They had a van shop there as well, didn't they? You bought a pair of vans.
Kate Skates were there.
Kate Skates, that was it. It was Kate Skates. Because you bought a pair of vans, didn't you?
I don't. Yeah, maybe probably. Yeah. Bloody hell, I had like a big payday or something.
Yeah, geez, full day session in Strongbow tent.
Yeah, he must have had double shifts at Debenhams.
Didn't have a mortgage to pay though, that's the thing.
No other responsibilities. Great.
Yeah, I was an apprentice, wasn't it? Oh, it's just it's probably in between jobs as well.
Yeah.
Jeez.
You done your headliner, Kate?
Fall Out Boy, definitely.
Yeah, going for it.
Yeah, so the pace at the start, the nostalgia being there, great. And I think as well, there is a thing when you have them great memories, like afterwards as well, like the night, if you could package it up.
Yeah.
It was great. It was a great time.
Yeah, it's one of the best days I've had at download.
I think we decided. So that was the night we went into guest, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And had a great
For
one of the best nights. Yeah, for
We'll
one.
have one on the way back.
Ended up in there till 3 a.m. One of the best nights I've ever had in my life. But we watched the firework display at the end of Fall Out Boy from Guest.
From Guest. We left during, I think they were just starting Saturday. And we went and we were chatting to Ian and Will from Creeper, and their guy went over, was like, Creeper, Fall Out Boy, you're going to be finished in a minute, we better get you back off. And they're like, nah, we're over. And then we watched the firework display.
Yeah,
and that's when the rain had absolutely poured down on it on the Saturday.
Yeah, it was brilliant. And there was a last DJ, and I'm not sure who she was, but she was very, very good. And
amazing.
Yeah,
absolutely
it was just
amazing.
good. It was just good vibes, wasn't it? I think Kent and Shikari were in there.
Yeah,
they were walking back to the tent, and the mud was outrageous trying to get back.
Yeah.
Me and Bambo were singing like choir songs.
Yeah, you were singing like...
Trying to get from the stage to Guest was unbelievable, wasn't it?
It was worse on the Sunday, because once the rain had hit on the Saturday and then it started like baking it. Yeah, it was like cement.
I just remember getting back to the tent with you, and I remembered I had a pasta salad from the co-op. And we were just sat like absolutely creased at the thought of us being so soaked eating this pasta salad.
I was sat in my shorts. It was like, absolutely freezing. Dad was snoring his head off.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, that was a good day.
Yeah.
Good day. I'll let Rosie open the last one.
Oh, okay.
Smashing it right next to the mic.
Caster's just opening an envelope next to the microphone. Okay.
You could do an ASMR slot from this.
Okay, best non-headline set of 2024.
Oh.
I keep having a look at the lineup.
Yeah, your eyes are better than I thought.
No, I can't.
I was going to say that was optimistic.
Singular.
Yeah.
Well, I've got one. So mine is on the Sunday, and it was Limp Bizkit.
Okay.
That has to be my ultimate of the weekend. And there's probably maybe some more that I've just totally forgot about, but that feeling you have surrounded by your friends, just that nostalgic sing along, really energetic. Everyone was all into it.
We had the whole group together.
It was brilliant
as well.
There was like a massive group in front of us all had like red baseball caps on.
Someone proposed that lot.
They did. They did. That's brilliant. So
you didn't have the whole gang because I wasn't there.
Well, you know.
Oh, no, there.
I went to see Corey Taylor.
I did not actually. You were sorely missed.
Yeah.
I was there at the start, so some open with break stuff.
Yeah.
And then I went to watch Corey, and then I came back, and I knew where you were, so I was like, right, you were on the right of the soundstage, I'll get there.
Yeah.
The crowd was unbelievable. The ground was atrocious. So I got onto that concrete path that goes down the hill.
Yeah.
So I'm walking down the hill and I don't know what song they were playing, but then it got to the last song and they were like, we'll start as we finished or something like that. And they started playing break stuff again.
So I saw
the same song twice, but also trying to get through a crowd of very drunk people, that many people in that mud when that particular song plays.
Yeah, no chance.
That place erupted and I just had to stop and like cover my head to stop myself from being battered by a guy with no shirt on.
So that was definitely one of my...
Glenn stayed, didn't he?
He did. So Glenn stayed, Glenn stayed.
Yeah.
So I got to see the same song twice. It was very good both times.
Yeah. They reckon they'll come back as headliners next time.
Yeah, Coppin had said something similar, hadn't he?
Which I think if we're going into this new thing, they put
they're similar
size
to Korn, isn't it?
Yeah, similar.
But
size
do they have the track list for? Like, do they have the back catalogue to do a full headline set? Because there was a lot of filler in that set, from what I gather. They played the same song twice. Clearly,
it's a calm me down filler, isn't it?
And I just don't know. Like, I mean, I'm not that well versed in Limp Bizkit, but I don't know if they've got the back catalogue to just be able to do like 90 minutes
album.
Yeah,
and did
Chocolate
Starfish in full or something like that.
Yeah, it's a weird one. Yeah, because they kept playing DJ songs. They played Wonderwall and all that.
Yeah.
So they haven't got the back catalogue of like Deftones or Korn.
I thought that was a thing. I thought that was to calm the crowd down.
Yeah,
that was an
I did
intentional
that.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then I still don't know what they'd have added.
Yeah.
Maybe Gold Cobra.
Because Piss did something similar, and I don't think anyone down. Except from the backs. Calming down the arthritis.
But yeah, that was a good set.
Yeah, that was one of my favourites. Go on, Mike.
Mine. It's difficult. It's a toss up between two, and I think Busted have got to win it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was waiting for that.
Yeah, the other one would have been The Offspring. I absolutely loved The Offspring.
Oh, that was fun.
That was such a professional set. Like, that was a band that looked like a headliner when they came out, and they had like proper effects on the screens and everything, and just great song after great song.
Yeah.
But then getting in the tent for Busted, and it absolutely went off.
Oh my God, Busted was unbelievable. And I'm gonna Busted would have been mine, but I'm gonna pick another one just for the crack. But yeah, it was absolutely amazing. The mosh pits, the bouncing around, like thunder. It was just so fun, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like absolute party. You nearly end up in a bloody scrap.
I know, edgy bastard.
Yeah,
Edgy
well,
bastard,
too right though. There was at the time there was just like a wave of people coming forward, as you would expect.
But
this
hadn't
one
started.
particular guy, no, it hadn't started yet, and bottle of wine in hand, just like just carried on. But there was like this girl in front. One mic.
Yeah.
And then he just
there's a short last one there.
there
They
was.
nearly trampled right over the top of it.
And it was just, and you were kind of like, hey, mate, like, that's not all right. And then, to be honest, they were all right in the end.
They were,
just
they stood right next to us for the
The
whole
whole
set.
time.
Dead awkward.
Yeah.
After I just grabbed him by his hoodie and told him, bloody,
Can
I said, have some manners. Oh, Dad.
Yeah, Dad rock.
Dad rock.
Yeah, but it was fantastic. Absolutely brilliant, that gig.
And then we got to go straight out and watch 90% of the Queens of the Stone Age.
Yeah.
I think we only missed like 2 songs.
Yeah.
I think what built the excitement of that gig is that I had to hold my way through Wheatus and then Busted.
Wheatus.
So knowing that I made the end of that successfully was like, it was not only fantastic, but I had the best sense of achievement
Physically.
I've
When you had
had
a big piss at the end.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah.
No, that was a good set.
I'm going to go with, well, I would have gone with Busted, but I think second to that is probably Zebrahead.
Zebrahead.
Yeah,
were
I
excellent.
I love that. And I think part of the reason I love that so much, it was me and Mike, we just went brother and sister, didn't we?
Yeah.
We had a beer,
that's nice.
it was just nice, like
I
band
wonder
that
where we ended up doing
because
that.
we're the only cool
We
people
stayed
that
in
like
RIP, didn't we? With
Yeah.
with my dad and your dad and Drew, and we just had a beer and
Yeah.
we wanted
chilled.
a pop punk
Pop
pep
pump.
up. A pop punk pep up.
You set yourself up for a fair
I know.
while.
I was like, yeah, don't use the pop.
Don't you hear the pop shields? not
Pop
working?
shield's not there. But yeah, I thought it was brilliant. It was dry weather.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, that. And then we went and got a beer. The bar was empty.
Bar was empty. Like
Where did they play? Second
stage.
Yeah. And they've got a new singer. I used to really like them with Matty Lewis, the previous one, but the new singer was surprisingly excellent, actually.
Yeah.
It was really balancing.
It was really good fun, and you could see everybody on stage having a really good time as well. Like all in the back, like it was just fun. Like
there was a guy dressed as a lobster, weren't there, in the middle of the crowd, and they got like a wall of death going.
Yeah.
And there was a guy just stood in the middle dressed as a lobster. And went,
Oh.
right, that's it, lobster, you're in charge. And the lobster was commanding the crowd. It was absolutely
it was fun.
proper download.
And I love pop punk for that at festivals, because you might not love pop punk, but there's no denying that comedy and lightheartedness, like you can get, like it does bring you, lifts you a bit.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
That's one I didn't think as well. Bowling for Soup.
I was just about to say that, actually. Yeah.
It was Bowling for Soup. They were missing a guitarist, obviously, because Chris was unwell. And they're so funny. When he came on and he said, I thought you meant to have festivals in the summer. And then he said, like, they were talking about Ohio, weren't they, about Texas. And he said, in America, we all love each other when we're from the... He goes, in England, you all fucking hate each other. It's so weird.
They were great, weren't they?
But
very,
you
very
come out
good.
with a smile on your face.
you do.
It's infectious, isn't it?
Yeah.
If the band are having a good time, they are going to have a good time.
And it doesn't even have to be pop punk. We've said it before.
Steel Panther as well. Like,
Knob jokes aside.
But it brings a smile at your face when you're there with your dad and your brother. Yeah.
But we were. I always remember Sabaton when we watched them at Sonosphere,
exactly.
and he came out. Is he called Your Hands?
Not sure.
Just going for a totally stereotypical note, but I think he is. He was absolutely buzzing, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And it was the whole crowd just reacted to him being so excited to be there. And they're another one that's almost too big to fit anywhere but headlining.
Yeah.
He's got some spam.
What has she been on? I get that.
Anyway,
Dad rock.
Dad rock. I want to get his name right because I'm going to seem really racist if he's Joachim. I was close.
You were. That was a very good guess.
Yeah.
Well guessed there.
Yeah, he was so pleased to be there, but so happy at the response of the crowd.
Yeah.
They were incredible, weren't they?
Yeah.
But you think they'd be headliner?
Well, I don't know. It's one of them. I don't know where they fit because they play arenas, don't they?
Yeah.
Well, so does everyone these days.
That's it, yeah. UB40 and...
They were at the 80s Festival.
Were they? That's it.
They headlined it.
How were they? How were they?
I didn't watch them actually. Went home by the time they went to bed.
Too tired.
Too tired from
tired.
Go west. We've changed. We've changed.
God. It's
Right, Rosie.
I feel like I'm going to repeat myself though, because I've already mentioned what mine would be, and that is either Fall Out Boy or the Struts.
Struts again.
Struts.
Yeah, so I'm like repeating myself, which is a bit boring. I've been sat here trying to think who else I saw that I really enjoyed. Really liked Cassiette. Cassiette was really good. I was glad I got to see her. I actually enjoyed The Offspring. I did like The Offspring. That really started to click for me because I'm not the biggest pop punk fan in the world.
You know I really enjoy it.
Yeah, so we've got tickets to see him next November, I think, at the O2 down in London.
Oh, yeah.
I'm also seeing Limp Bizkit, so I've the bands that I'm not like a big download 2024 really changed me because
tattoo.
But the Offspring for me that was brilliant. But Dexter, our friend's son, it was his first download.
Yeah.
It's his favourite band. He's never seen them. Seeing his face, just like he was just totally like into it. And then we were on about like tattoos, and then obviously the song says he asked for a 13, but he drew a 31. Bamba's got it tattooed on his arm.
I didn't. Yeah. I just remember that because I didn't know that.
Yeah. So what a blast! And I got Dexter on my shoulders.
Yeah. I think that was why when I thinking back, it's like you were saying about the vibes. Like sometimes it's not the band and it's not what's going on the stage. It's just the atmosphere and being with everyone. And it was Glenn's first download, and his three favourite bands in the world are Queens of the Stone Age, Limp Bizkit, and The Offspring.
Oh yeah, he was buzzing. Wasn't he?
So it was really good just to be with everyone and seeing everyone else having such a good time. And I remember like Dexter behind us taking all those pictures and everything. So maybe that's why I was like, oh, okay, I can see the appeal now. Yeah.
That's what Glenn said on the Sunday. He's like, I think that was the best day of my life.
Oh yeah, that's all he kept saying. It was Saturday was the best day of his life.
I am very surprised though that your favourite band from Download that's not a headliner is Etta Shikari, because the spiel you gave and how much you enjoyed that gig that you that you did not go to.
Have we spoke about that?
Unholy confessions time again.
This literally is a confession as well.
So Rob, who we've spoke about, he was there with Dexter and his wife Gemma. Big Etta Shikari fan. So we were in guest on Saturday night, and Raoul Reynolds was there, and he goes, I want to go and say hello. So I said, how come we and say hello? He said, oh no, I can't. I was like, I'll go over. So I was like, hey, it's Raoul, isn't it? And Raoul Reynolds goes, oh yeah. I said, hey mate. I said, oh, what a fantastic set that was today. I hadn't watched it. and not only that, it was in the midst of that Barclays thing where all the bands were pulling out. There was part of me thinking, he might not have even played.
Oh yeah, that even worse.
Yeah. And he was like, "Oh, thanks, mate." It's a good job he didn't ask me any follow-up questions. What was your favourite song?
Just go, yeah. Sorry, you're not a winner. It's brilliant.
Yeah, I think. But I went on to talk about the pilot show which we did actually watch.
We did see.
I was like, oh yeah, I saw you at the pilot show. And I think I might even mention that they played in Barrow.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Did you go to that?
Yeah. Give it
Did
the
you
big
not go
one.
to that?
No, I didn't. I didn't go to that. I didn't go to that either.
How do you mention? You're just telling them where they played in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
the
that gig
show-
at the Apollo was amazing, I heard.
I'd seen 1 out of 3 shows.
I tell you,
It worked though. Bamba came over and got a picture of his actually
loved
buzzing.
it. Yeah,
Used.
absolutely.
Went out on a swirl. My job was done.
Tell you, we've not mentioned who we should have done. No, Creeper.
Oh,
Creeper.
yeah,
Oh,
Creeper.
How did we forget that? That was
Yeah.
one of the best sets of the weekend.
It's one of the
Apart-
best download
I think
mixtape sets
it's
I've
probably
ever
Yeah.
seen.
expected it to be
Yeah.
as well. Like we love Creeper.
Yeah,
Well, it's one of the. It's hard as well because they've played the last several downloads. They've played
Yeah.
that's right.
the pilot 22, 23, and 24. So yeah, but their main stage set with full on pyro and everything was
Yeah.
excellent.
Yeah,
And
it was because the year before it was a secret set, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
It
did
was
10.
the 10.
I didn't get many songs, did they, because of the sound issues and stuff as well.
And I just remember that being so incredibly hot.
Oh,
Like
God,
that
yeah, it
10
was
was,
in that tent.
absolutely rammed, wasn't
Yeah.
it? I had to tap out. I was
Yeah.
like thinking, I'm going to really flake
I
here.
forgot about
I need
that.
to go
That was
out.
insane, wasn't it?
It was, the heat was incredible that day,
Yeah.
in that 10 in particular.
Yeah, that was the Saturday night, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Before
Metallica, yeah.
Yeah, because they finished. They were doing all that like. Because we met Will the day after that as
Yeah,
well,
we
didn't
did,
we?
yeah.
He was saying, "Oh, we were having real
It's a bit of a
technical
nightmare,
problems.
weren't
Yeah,
they?
having a nightmare getting it all set up." But yeah, the Creeper are always excellent, and it was good to see them back on main stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, is that all our Christmas cards?
It
All our
is
presents from
Christmas cards.
Santa?
And that's it. We've got a lot to cover next year, haven't we? We've had a bit of a busy first 12 episodes. I don't know what I'm looking at my watch for. It's like it says out there, tracking the episodes.
Countdown and download.
Yeah, that's it. We've got another 6 months to go. We've got some guests lined up, haven't we?
Yep.
We're going to talk to Heavy Metal Therapy in January, talk about their work from Sheffield University to all about mental health and the alternative community. So that'll be really good. We're going to talk to Ree Chandler, who is the head of the Download Disabled Campaign and Access Group. So I'm really looking forward to that. We've got quite a few different things lined up, haven't we?
We have, yeah. We're hopefully going to have Kylie Olsen on as well. At some
Hopefully,
point, hopefully.
yeah. I know she's very busy, but she did say she'd like to come on at some point. So
She's a Sky Arts download presenter, if you're not been watching that.
and many other things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's one of the longest CVs I've ever when I double checked what she'd been doing since. I was like, hell. And also Mr. Connie Funt,
We have.
which is called Kyle.
Oh, right. That'd be easier.
Who is our Green Day super fan that we're going to talk to because we've done Korn, we've done Sleep Token. We need to get on to Green Day. So,
Yeah.
really looking forward to that. So, thanks, Rosie. Thanks, Kate.
Yeah, thank you very
Thanks
much.
very much. Good
That's
Christmas
great.
party there.
Yeah. and
Yeah, Merry
Very good.
Christmas.
Merry
Merry
Christmas, everyone.
Christmas.
And we're going to take a few weeks off while we spend some quality time with the family. And we'll
Definitely.
probably catch you in the new year, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year,
Yeah,
everyone.
have a good one. Nice
Cheers.
one.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
This is the LoadDown Podcast.